All right, so get this. We're diving deep today into the power of the subconscious mind.
Oh, wow.
And we're going full scuba here.
Okay.
Not just dipping our toes in the water.
All right.
We've got a book,
Uh-huh.
some YouTube videos, even some personal notes you've sent over.
That's great.
Clearly, you're serious about this.
Yeah.
There's some real potential here.
I think it's fascinating. It's interesting. You're not alone in this.
Yeah.
This whole idea, this hidden force within us,
Right.
shaping our thoughts and actions, it's been around for centuries.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, ancient philosophers thought about this.
Yeah.
Psychologists like Freud and Jung
Oh, yeah.
built entire theories around it.
Right. And today,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
It is.
From self-help gurus
Oh, yeah.
to neuroscientists,
Right.
everyone's talking about tapping into the subconscious.
Absolutely.
So what is it? What is this mysterious force lurking beneath the surface?
So think of it this way.
Okay.
Your mind is like an iceberg.
Okay.
That conscious part,
Yeah.
the thoughts you're aware of, that's just the tip,
Right.
poking above the water.
Okay.
The subconscious, that's the massive part submerged below,
Oh, wow.
driving everything.
Okay.
Your habits, your
Right.
instincts to your deepest beliefs, even your motivations.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it seems like these sources, they don't just want us to understand it. They want us to learn how to harness its power.
Yes.
And I got to say, some of these stories,
Yeah.
pretty wild.
They are pretty amazing.
Bordering on unbelievable.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the thing about the subconscious.
Well, that is the thing about the subconscious.
Yeah.
It doesn't play by the same rules of logic that our conscious minds do.
So with different rules.
It's more driven by emotions, by imagery, and by those deeply ingrained beliefs.
So how do we even begin to understand it?
One way to think about it
Yeah.
is like it's a supercomputer
Okay.
running complex programs in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can reprogram those programs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's exactly what these sources are suggesting.
Really?
Yeah, they offer a range of techniques for
Right.
sending new instructions to that subconscious.
Such as?
Affirmations, visualizations,
Yeah.
even analyzing our dreams
Really?
for hidden messages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, one concept that I saw come up again and again,
Mm-hmm.
this idea that our conscious mind
Right.
is like the captain of a ship,
Yeah.
giving orders to the subconscious, which acts as this powerful engine room.
That's a classic analogy.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the point that the subconscious is incredibly powerful,
Right.
but it ultimately responds to the direction
Okay.
set by the conscious mind.
So if we want to change course,
Yeah.
if we want to achieve something extraordinary, we need to give the right commands.
Exactly. But it's not just about giving commands.
Okay.
It's about understanding the language the subconscious speaks.
Oh, interesting.
Logic and reasoning, they often fall flat.
So what do?
We need to communicate through vivid imagery, powerful emotions, and unwavering belief.
Can you give me an example?
Sure.
That would help.
There was a story
Okay.
about this opera singer, Enrico Caruso.
Right.
Yeah, he struggled early in his career with crippling stage fright.
Wow. I can't imagine that.
But he overcame it by repeatedly commanding his subconscious mind
Okay.
to perform with confidence and brilliance.
Oh, wow. So using like affirmation.
It's a classic example of using affirmations.
Okay.
Positive statements repeated with conviction to reprogram that subconscious.
Wow. And it worked.
And it worked.
Really?
He became one of the most celebrated opera singers of all time.
It's almost like he convinced his subconscious that he was already a masterful performer.
Uh-huh.
And then his mind just made it reality.
That's a key concept here.
Okay.
The subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined.
Oh, wow.
So if we can convince ourselves of something deeply on that subconscious level,
Yeah.
it can have a profound impact
Okay.
on our actions and ultimately our reality.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah.
So if we can use this to overcome something as debilitating as stage fright,
Right.
imagine what else is possible.
Exactly.
But how do we actually go about this reprogramming?
Well,
The sources mentioned visualization. Is it really that simple?
simple perhaps,
Look.
easy, not always.
Uh-huh.
You see the subconscious mind, it's like a fortress.
Okay.
These deeply ingrained patterns and beliefs.
So to access it.
To access it, we need more than just casual daydreaming.
So what's the key?
Creating a state of deep receptivity
Okay.
where the conscious mind is relaxed and the subconscious is more open to suggestion.
So is that where things like meditation come in?
That's where practices like meditation and deep relaxation techniques come in.
Okay. One of the YouTube videos
Yeah.
actually walked us through a specific technique.
Okay.
writing down affirmations, recording them,
Right.
and then listening to them while doing deep breathing before sleep.
That's a great example of a technique that targets that subconscious mind
Okay.
when it's most receptive.
When's that?
Those moments before sleep and upon waking,
Yeah.
when the conscious mind is less active.
Interesting. And so visualization comes up again?
Visualization's very important.
But it's not just vaguely picturing something.
No.
It's like a detailed mental movie.
Exactly.
Engaging all the senses,
Right.
really feeling the emotions
Yes.
associated with that desired outcome.
Think of it as creating a virtual reality experience for your subconscious mind.
Oh, wow. So the more real
The more root,
and vivid we can make it.
the more likely it is to take root and influence your thoughts, your feelings, ultimately your actions.
You know, one of the examples in the sources was about Morris Goodman,
Oh, yes.
the miracle man,
Yes.
who willed himself to walk again after a horrific plane crash,
Incredible story.
relentlessly visualizing his recovery.
It's a testament to the power of the subconscious mind
Yeah, and the power of belief.
and the power of the human spirit to heal and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
All right, so we've got the basics.
Okay.
The subconscious is powerful. We can reprogram it. Visualization is key.
That's a great start.
But you've provided all these sources
Right.
that go even further, breaking down how to apply this to specific areas of life, like healing wealth, attraction, success relationships, even overcoming fears.
It's amazing how applicable these principles are across different areas of life.
It is, and it's fascinating.
Isn't it?
But before we dive into those specific areas,
Okay.
let's touch on one more core concept that kept popping up.
Sure.
The 3-step formula of ask, believe, receive.
Right.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, it's not about passively wishing for things. It's about actively engaging your subconscious mind,
Right.
aligning your thoughts and beliefs with your desires, and then taking action in the real world.
So it's not just daydreaming, it's about doing the work.
Exactly. The subconscious mind can be a powerful ally, but it's not a substitute for effort and action.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
We have.
Explore the power of the subconscious. Learn some key techniques for harnessing it.
That's right.
Now let's dive into those specific applications, starting with mental healing.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Absolutely. Let's explore how this incredible force within us can be used to not only achieve our goals, but also to improve our health and well-being.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. Ready to dive into those real-world applications you mentioned.
I'm especially intrigued by this first one, mental healing.
Okay.
Honestly, it sounds a little out there to me.
Yeah.
Can our thoughts really impact our physical health?
That's the big question, isn't it? But think about this. The subconscious mind controls all of our automatic bodily functions.
Right.
Breathing, heart rate,
Yeah.
digestion. If it's got that level of control, it stands to reason that it might influence other aspects of our physical well-being.
One of the sources mentioned a woman who was diagnosed with coronary thrombosis, a serious heart condition. Doctors weren't optimistic,
Right.
but she was convinced that her mother's prayers were protecting her and would ultimately heal her.
Yeah.
She made a full recovery.
That's amazing.
It is. And while we can't say for sure it was due to her belief,
Right.
it does make you wonder about the mind-body connection
It does.
and the role of faith and belief in healing.
It reminds me of the placebo effect.
Oh, yeah.
How simply believing in a treatment can sometimes trigger real physiological changes.
Exactly.
And some of the sources suggest that techniques like visualization and affirmations can work in a similar way by influencing that subconscious mind to promote healing.
Okay, so how does that work? Is it just positive thinking or is there more to it?
Well, consider this.
Okay.
When we're stressed, when we experience negative emotions,
Right.
our bodies release hormones like cortisol and adrenaline.
Yeah.
And those can have detrimental effects on our health over time.
Right. Stress is definitely not good for us.
No, it's not.
But on the flip side,
When we cultivate positive emotions, like joy, gratitude, peace, our bodies release endorphins, other beneficial chemicals that can boost our immune system,
Right.
reduce inflammation, and just promote overall well-being.
So by using techniques that target the subconscious mind,
Right.
like visualizing ourselves as healthy and whole,
Exactly.
we might be able to trigger these positive physiological responses.
You're creating a positive feedback loop
Okay.
between the mind and body, where your thoughts and beliefs influence your physical well-being and vice versa.
The sources also touch on a concept called aura cleansing.
Oh, yeah.
Which honestly sounds a bit mystical.
It does.
Even for this deep dive.
What's the deal with auras?
What are they?
So in many spiritual traditions, the aura is seen as this energetic field that surrounds the body, reflecting our physical, emotional, and spiritual state.
Okay.
And the idea behind aura cleansing is that negative thoughts, negative experiences can create blockages or imbalances in this field.
So it's like energetic hygiene.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
And techniques for aura cleansing often involve visualization.
Yes.
Imagining a bright white light surrounding and purifying the body.
Okay.
Or using specific colors or sounds to restore balance and harmony.
Right. That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
But let's move on to another topic that's equally fascinating.
Sure.
And perhaps a bit more tangible: wealth attraction. Can we really manifest money just by thinking about it?
Well, the sources don't claim it's quite that simple.
Okay.
They emphasize that the subconscious mind isn't a magic genie that grants wishes.
Right.
But they do suggest that our beliefs and attitudes about wealth can play a significant role in our financial success.
One point that stood out to me was the idea that negative beliefs about money, like believing that it's evil or that wealthy people are greedy, can actually prevent us from attracting abundance.
It's like we're sending mixed messages to the universe. We say we want wealth, but deep down, we might harbor negative associations with it, creating an internal conflict that sabotages our efforts.
So how do we overcome those blocks?
How do we change those beliefs?
The sources mention affirmations.
But
is it really as simple as repeating, "I am rich," and then money magically appears?
It's not about mindlessly chanting affirmations.
Okay.
It's about consciously identifying and challenging those limiting beliefs.
Right.
And replacing them with positive, empowering statements
Right.
that resonate with our true desires.
So instead of just saying, "I am rich."
Right, which might feel incongruent with your current reality. You might focus on affirmations like, I am attracting abundance into my life. Or I am worthy of financial prosperity.
So it's about aligning our thoughts and beliefs with our goals.
Exactly, creating a sense of internal coherence that supports your outward actions.
One of the YouTube videos suggests a technique called the mental movie method.
Oh, yes.
For manifesting wealth.
What's that all about?
What is that?
It's a visualization technique where you create a vivid mental picture of yourself achieving your financial goals. For example, you might imagine receiving a large check, celebrating a successful business venture, or living in your dream home.
And by repeatedly engaging in this visualization, we're essentially imprinting that image of success onto our subconscious minds.
Precisely.
Making it feel more attainable.
You're creating a strong emotional connection to your goals, fueling your motivation and guiding your actions toward their realization.
The sources also emphasize the importance of gratitude.
Yes.
In attracting abundance.
But how does being thankful for what we already have help us attract more?
Yeah.
Well, gratitude shifts our focus from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
Okay.
When you appreciate what you have, you're acknowledging the good in your life.
It's like we're sending a message to the universe that we're open to receiving more.
And speaking of blessings, one of the sources suggests that true abundance, it's not just about accumulating wealth for ourselves.
It's about using our resources to make a positive impact on the world.
Exactly. Giving back, whether through philanthropy, volunteering, or simply acts of kindness.
Right.
It creates a cycle of abundance where you're not just receiving, but also sharing your blessings with others.
Okay, so we've talked about mental healing and wealth attraction. Now let's dive into another area where the subconscious mind can play a powerful role.
Sure.
Success and fulfillment.
Okay.
Is there a secret formula for achieving our dreams?
Well, the sources don't claim to have all the answers.
Okay.
But they do offer some intriguing insights into those subconscious patterns that can either support or sabotage our success.
What kind of patterns?
One concept that stood out to me was this idea that our subconscious mind, it often reflects the beliefs and expectations of our environment.
Okay.
Particularly those ingrained in us during childhood.
So if we grew up surrounded by messages that success is difficult to achieve or that we're not capable of great things, those beliefs can become embedded in our subconscious minds.
Exactly, and they create these self-limiting patterns that hold us back.
So it's like we're carrying around these invisible scripts that dictate our potential even if they're not true reflections of our actual abilities.
That's right. And one of the challenges in achieving success is to identify and rewrite those limiting scripts.
How do we do that?
Replacing them with empowering beliefs that support your goals and aspirations.
So affirmations can be helpful here.
Affirmations can be helpful, but they also emphasize the importance of taking action and developing the skills necessary to achieve your goals.
So it's about creating a synergy between our inner beliefs and our outer actions.
Exactly. You can't just sit back and wait for success to magically appear.
You got to do the work.
You got to do the work, develop your talents, and persevere through challenges.
One story that really inspired me was about a 16-year-old boy named Todd. He was struggling in school, feeling like he was stupid, on the verge of dropping out.
Wow.
Then he started using affirmations, telling himself, "My subconscious mind has unique powers. I have a perfect memory."
Oh.
What happened? His grades dramatically improved.
Wow.
His confidence soared.
That's amazing.
And he went from feeling like a failure to excelling in his classes.
It's a powerful example of how changing your self-talk can shift your reality.
It is. It really highlights the power of belief and how even simple affirmations can have a profound impact on our performance and outcomes.
Absolutely.
The sources also mention the importance of finding our passion, our unique purpose in life, as a key to unlocking our full potential.
That's a crucial point. When you're aligned with your true purpose, your work becomes more than just a job.
Right.
It becomes a source of joy, fulfillment, creative expression.
And when we're engaged in work that lights us up, we're more likely to excel.
Exactly. You persevere through challenges, you achieve a sense of deep satisfaction and accomplishment.
One of the YouTube videos shares this fascinating story about the chemist Frederick Kekulé, who discovered the structure of the benzene ring through a dream.
Wow.
It's a classic example of how the subconscious mind can work even when we're not consciously trying to solve a problem.
It's constantly processing information, making connections.
And sometimes those aha moments come to us in the most unexpected ways.
Exactly. And it highlights the importance of paying attention to your dreams, your intuitions, those subtle nudges from your subconscious. They often contain valuable insights that you might dismiss if you're not open to receiving them.
Okay, so we've talked about creativity, intuition, and even the wisdom of our bodies.
But I'm curious, if the subconscious is so powerful, why doesn't it just magically solve all our problems and make our dreams come true without any effort on our part?
That's a great question.
It brings us to a crucial point that the sources emphasize. The subconscious mind is not a magic wand. It's not about simply wishing for things and expecting them to materialize out of thin air.
So it's not about passive wishing.
No.
It's about active participation.
Exactly. The subconscious mind is a powerful ally.
But it requires our conscious engagement and effort.
It does. You need to set clear intentions, visualize your desired outcomes, and take aligned action in the real world.
The sources compare the subconscious mind to fertile ground. We can plant seeds of intention through visualization and affirmation. But we also need to nurture those seeds with action and belief.
Think of it this way. The subconscious mind provides the fertile soil. But we need to provide the seeds, the water, the sunlight.
So we need to tend to our mental garden.
You got to tend to your mental garden, weeding out those limiting beliefs and cultivating empowering thoughts and actions.
That's a beautiful analogy. It really highlights that interplay between the conscious and subconscious minds.
It does.
And the importance of taking responsibility for our own growth and transformation.
It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality, not through magical thinking, but through conscious intention, consistent effort, and a deep understanding of the incredible force within you.
Wow. This deep dive has been an incredible journey.
It has.
We've explored the vast landscape of the subconscious mind, from its role in healing and wealth attraction, to its influence on creativity, intuition, even our relationships and habits.
We've learned that while the subconscious mind is this powerful force, it's not a mystical entity that operates independently of our conscious awareness. It's a dynamic part of ourselves that we can learn to understand, communicate with, and ultimately harness to create the lives we truly desire.
Well, luckily we have one more part to this deep dive.
We do.
I can't wait to see what other insights and techniques we uncover in our final exploration of the subconscious mind. Okay, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into the subconscious mind.
All right.
And I gotta say, my mind is officially blown. We've uncovered so much already. Healing, wealth, relationships, habits.
It's a lot.
It is, but you've hinted that there's even more to discover.
The subconscious is a deep well.
So what else is down there?
Well, several of the sources delve into this fascinating connection between the subconscious and creativity.
Oh, that piques my curiosity. I've always wondered where those flashes of inspiration come from.
Right.
Those moments when a brilliant idea just pops out of nowhere. Is that the subconscious at work?
Absolutely.
Right.
Think of your subconscious as this vast creative reservoir constantly absorbing information, making connections that our conscious mind might miss, generating ideas. It's like having a brilliant artist working behind the scenes, waiting for the right moment to unveil their masterpiece.
Okay, so how do we tap into this? How do we unlock those aha moments?
One technique that's often recommended is what's called the incubation period.
Okay.
It's the idea that after you've consciously wrestled with a problem or a creative project, you need to step away from it.
Okay.
Let it simmer in your subconscious mind.
So give our brains a break. Let those subconscious gears turn without our conscious minds trying to force a solution.
Exactly. When you step back, you create space for those unexpected connections to form, for those intuitive leaps to emerge.
And often that happens when we're relaxed.
Often when you're relaxed, engaged in something else entirely,
right,
that the solution suddenly hits you.
Some of the sources even suggest that we can intentionally set intentions before sleep.
Yes.
Asking our subconscious minds to work on a specific problem or to provide creative inspiration.
It's like giving your subconscious an assignment while you sleep.
And it works.
The fascinating thing is that it often delivers. People report waking up with fresh insights, new perspectives, even entire melodies or storylines that seemingly came out of nowhere.
One of the videos shares the story of Elias Howe.
Oh, yeah.
The inventor of the sewing machine.
Uh-huh.
He struggled for years to figure out how to create a working model.
Yeah.
Then one night, he has this vivid dream.
Okay.
He's surrounded by cannibals, wielding spears with eye-shaped holes near the tips.
And
that dream sparked the breakthrough.
Really?
He realized that the key to his sewing machine was to place the eye of the needle at the pointed end, not the blunt end, as was common at the time.
That's incredible. It's like our dreams can offer these symbolic messages, clues from our subconscious minds that can unlock solutions to real-world problems.
So it really is about paying attention to our dreams or intuitions.
Right.
Those subtle nudges from our subconscious.
Absolutely. They contain valuable insights that we might dismiss if we're not open to receiving them.
Okay, so we've talked about creativity.
Right.
Now let's touch on intuition, which a lot of the sources emphasize.
Yeah, the importance of listening to that inner voice, that gut feeling that often guides us toward what's right for us.
Intuition is fascinating.
It is.
Because it seems to operate outside the realm of logic and reason.
Yeah.
It's like the subconscious knowing this deep inner wisdom that can guide our decisions and action.
It's like we have this internal compass that's always pointing us in the right direction.
But we get so caught up in our heads.
But sometimes we get so caught up in our heads and our doubts and fears that we ignore its guidance.
How do we strengthen that intuition?
The sources suggest practicing mindfulness, paying attention to your inner feelings and sensations, learning to trust that inner voice even when it doesn't make logical sense.
One technique they recommend is called body scanning.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I have. It's a simple mindfulness practice where you lie down and bring your attention to each part of your body, noticing any sensations, tension, or discomfort.
So tune into our body's wisdom to pick up on those subtle cues that can guide us.
And sometimes the insights that come through are surprising.
Oh, for sure. Like I might be feeling tense in my shoulders.
Right.
And as I focus on that tension, I realize, oh, I've been carrying around stress about a work deadline.
Exactly. It's about paying attention to those subtle messages from your body.
Right.
Which are often connected to deeper subconscious patterns and emotions. By becoming aware of them, you can start to address them and create a more balanced state of being.
So we've talked about creativity, intuition, the wisdom of our bodies. But if the subconscious is so powerful, why doesn't it just magically solve all our problems?
That's a great question.
Make our dreams come true without any effort from us.
It brings us to a crucial point that the sources emphasize.
Okay.
The subconscious mind is not a magic wand.
Okay, so it's not about passive wishing.
No.
It's about active participation.
It is. The subconscious mind is a powerful ally.
Yeah.
But it requires your conscious engagement and effort.
So we have to do the work.
You have to do the work you need to set clear intentions, visualize your desired outcomes, and take aligned action in the real world.
The sources compare the subconscious mind to fertile ground.
Yeah.
We plant the seeds of intention through visualization and affirmations, but we also need to nurture those seeds.
You gotta nurture those seeds.
With action and belief.
Think of it this way. The subconscious mind provides the fertile soil, but we need to provide the seeds, the water, the sunlight. We need to tend to our mental garden, weeding out those limiting beliefs and cultivating empowering thoughts and actions.
That's a beautiful analogy.
It highlights the interplay between the conscious and subconscious minds and the importance of taking responsibility for your own growth and transformation.
So it's not about magical thinking.
It's not about magical thinking.
It's about conscious intention.
Yes.
Consistent effort and a deep understanding of this incredible force within us.
That's it.
Wow. This deep dive has been incredible.
It has been a journey.
We've explored so much about the subconscious mind, from healing and wealth attraction to creativity, intuition, our relationships and habits.
It's amazing how much it influences our lives.
It really is.
Isn't it?
So as we wrap up this exploration, what are the key takeaways?
I hope our listeners have gained a deeper appreciation for the incredible potential that lies within their own subconscious minds.
I hope so too.
I hope they feel inspired to explore those techniques we've discussed.
Yeah.
Visualization, affirmations, mindfulness, and experiment with what works best for them.
And most importantly, I hope they walk away realizing that they are not just passengers on this journey of life.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
But they're the captains of their own ships, with the power to chart their course and navigate towards a destination of their choosing.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating deep dive into the power of the subconscious mind.
It's been a pleasure.
Remember, the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep believing in the incredible power within you.